Oh, I don't think I can hear you, Nicholas. I can't hear you.
Wait a second. Now
Th-
you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
that was good. Yeah, okay.
Good. So
What
how's it
happened?
going?
Good. What happened this time? There was a problem with the sound last time as well, right?
No, it was the microphone, the headset I had because it was malfunctioning.
Ah,
So
okay. Same as mine. That's why I don't use it.
yeah. Funny thing. Last class you told me your full name, right? So me as a
Yeah.
very curious guy and with the power of Google on my hands, I searched it up for you on Google, and I found it that you translated a book with a
I
guy.
did. I did.
With it's
I did it with my wife. Yeah.
Paradise of Lucifer, right?
Yeah, or Lucifer. Yeah, it could be. You could do it both way. You could say Lucifer's paradise or
Lucifer
paradise of
Paradise.
Lucifer. But
Yeah,
you can translate it both ways. But I think it's more poetic to say paradise of Lucifer. It sounds more sinister than Lucifer's paradise. You know.
yeah, yeah.
So I did it that way on purpose. Yeah.
I've bought the book on Amazon and I've read it. It's like a very short book,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
It's tiny.
I thought very very interesting. But I didn't quite understand the dynamic of the book. It's almost like it would be in an inversion of the God and the devil. Like
Yes. Yeah. That's what it
devil
was. It
would
was
be
an
a good
inversion.
guy, and God would be
The bad guy.
manipulating everyone to be
Yeah.
their slaves, like it said in the book.
It was good fun. I did it just out of practice. So I said, okay, I need to
Yeah,
practice my Portuguese, but I was using MakeCat as well. So if you need to translate stuff, use MakeCat. You can also use Google Translate. I don't know which is better, but MakeCat is
yeah.
nearly better if you have to use it for professionally, because my wife uses MakeCat.
Okay.
And why we use it is because all the people ask for MakeCat. Like the companies say, do you use cat tools? So that's why my wife
Mhm.
uses that. But usually, when I was working with my wife, I would do the translation for her, and then she would correct the translation afterwards. So I was
Okay.
kind of translating and see what was right or wrong and change the words. And then my wife came in and tried to change a few other words just to see.
Yeah.
um,
I use a very good translator called like this. It's in
yeah,
an
okay.
artificial intelligence based translator. So it just like grabs the context and translate it accordingly.
Okay, good. But
It,
I don't know how good this one is. See, I know that a lot of people used to
it's
use
very good.
like Google Translate is bad. That makes far more mistakes. Um,
Yeah.
as far as I can tell, it looks like ChatGPT is good, but I know that the one MakeCat was one of the better ones. That was like over 90%. Yeah, I'll type it in for you,
Wow,
MakeCat.
that's very
That was, I think
precise.
that was at least 90%. Like my wife would go, this sentence is perfect, this sentence is perfect. And then she goes, oh, okay, this one's wrong. And she'll change like something small. She goes, oh, this
Make
one's so accurate. Yeah, because before she didn't want to translate everything word for word. So she would use Google Translate. She goes, oh, the Google Translate is terrible.
Yeah.
But I think
Well,
this is what they use professionally. And it has other stuff too. So they call them actually cat tools. So I don't know what else they do, but this is the one I would use the most. And it will translate sentence per sentence. So if you don't like the sentence, you can change one of the words.
yeah, I did not heard about those ones. The one I use the most is this one I told you because it is very precise, but not in the context for just translation. But if I would like to write an email for business purposes,
Okay, I can see now. Yeah, I can see you can do this, and it does docs and PDF, which is really good too. Because I know, like
yeah,
Google Translate does and MakeCat does, you have to upload it. But I would like to see it in comparison. Like you could type in your email here, and then type your email in
yeah,
MakeCat, and then type your email in ChatGPT, and you can see which one has the best Portuguese translation. Maybe.
yeah. I used some AIs. I think it was Cloud that you just put on a PDF on this tool, and it just make summarizes. Make puts on some
Yeah,
topics and
that's true.
then
I did the same.
put the context of the PDF. It's very good. It's very
Yeah,
good. But
you can use the
I
same with
felt
ChatGPT. Yeah.
yes, but I felt like it just forgot about some topics, about some things that
Details,
was
maybe.
that yeah, it was on the PDF and just uh, how can I say it, 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 just like it just for disappeared, you know.
Oh, completely. It didn't put it down
Yeah.
at all. Okay.
So
Yeah, that can happen. I did it before as well. I asked ChatGPT because I never did that before. Like because someone said you could do it, so I just copy and paste the website and asked them to sum up
Mhm.
what's on the page of the website, and they're like, okay, this is what this is. But they did forget some details. But it's a summary. If you ask for the main points, it might be better than asking for a summary because then it will jot the points what you should learn. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And ChatGPT, I think it's the best one for topics like conversation or
As far as
perhaps
I know, it's still better than the Chinese. What's the Chinese one? I'm forgetting the name.
DeepSeek.
Deep Sea.
DeepSeek.
Yeah, it's still better
Yes,
than the Chinese for
I
that thing.
was using on work because I was doing a project after I uh, tried to get to certificate on the consolidation tool we use for. I just grabbed many questions. I've just made a database, you know, and then I was grabbing those questions and trying to make a simulator, you know, so you can filter by topics and how much time you want to answer those questions in this type of quiz, and which topics you would like to answer. And it's very good to programming, you know, this DeepSeek. It's like
Sure, I'd say it's better
much
actually.
more precise than ChatGPT.
Ah,
But
okay, I already read that. Yeah, because it was an
but
article making a comparison between two.
yeah, but when it comes like to certain things, like when it comes to text, or perhaps you want to write a text or something, an email, it's very bad. Like for because I read that it was developed for the context of programming. So
Ah, okay, that
um,
makes sense then. And it's Chinese you're forgetting first. So
yeah,
Chinese users tell me they like DeepSeek a little better because they can type directly in Chinese and it understands them correctly, while the
yeah,
other one, ChatGPT, doesn't so well. So
yeah, that's true.
it's like
So
all things. There's benefits of one and not the other, positive and negative. You have to use two then, right? I only use ChatGPT because I went on DeepSeek and I typed in the same things. I realized it's the same,
mhm,
but I don't program on a program, so I'm not going to add it in there. So I'm just going to use.
yeah.
But he said it's free for other services, but I don't know what else is available on ChatGPT. Like on ChatGPT 4, I don't know why it's better. Like I don't know if it does images or
I know
something.
that it can generate images as well. So there is a, I think it's Wally, Dolly,
Wally, yeah, there's Wally, yeah.
yeah, something like that, and it can generate images very well. Like I know that a lot of people that are
Yeah, you could watch.
YouTubers, they
Yeah.
use it to make thumbnails. You know,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I used to use Canva. Um,
Canada,
yeah, it's Canva, but everyone uses Canva.
Canva. Oh yes,
So
true.
all the schools would use Canva as well. Okay, I see. Dali is on, yeah, OpenAI as well. Okay, I see.
Hmm.
You can only try it. You have to pay for this one as well. Okay, I
Yeah,
see. That's why. I think I already did it once or twice. I used it because I think I told you before I had an online shop, but I wanted to see how it worked. So I was using Canva. I used all the text and image things and the whole lot.
yeah.
And it was good fun because it teaches you, but you learn while you're practicing, while you're actively doing something real, right? I'm making a real
Hmm.
shop and I'm learning how to use images and size them and looking at what are the keywords. I can't even remember the word. Yeah, keywords I think is the word. Because you need a special keywords to sell your products, right?
Yeah.
But it was good fun. I
Like
learned how to do
SEO,
it.
right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it
SEO.
is. SEO, yeah, search engine optimization, yeah, and there are keywords, and some things still help you, but everyone's doing the same thing. You realize everyone's doing the same thing, so they have the same keywords, so it's hard to sell anything because everyone's on the same platform. But it was fun to
Yeah.
figure out how to use things like all the different like image sizers and how to cut images, and I learned all that by doing it. And uh, Canva was the best one. And I realized everyone uses Canva.
Hmm.
I don't use it now, but my wife will use it when she does something like a project for her work. Um, she'll use this all the time, but it's really good because you can make your own Instagram page for yourself, and then you
Yeah.
use audio files somewhere else. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, I remember some time ago I've tried to create an e-commerce with drop shipping, and
Yeah.
I remember I've even bought a course that was very expensive, but give me nothing in return. It was just some of those basic courses that sells you more of the idea of getting
Yeah.
rich, and me as
The
the
victim. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I think a lot
the
of those
buyer.
courses are terrible. Even the YouTube channels. I don't know if I showed you this before. Did I? I don't know. I showed someone else my site. They were looking how to do it. So I only use my Instagram page to sell my products, but it didn't really work. I don't think anyone really bought anything from Instagram. But these are the images I made on Canva, and then I uploaded them to Redbubble, and then on Redbubble they
Oh,
put them on everything. So they put them on stickers, they put them on bags. Um, I mean, so there it was fun because it's like I become a graphic designer, even though I'm not a graphic designer. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know which ones of these I sold. I sold this bag. I sold a couple of these bags. It was crazy. Someone bought them for kids, and it was just a lawnmower. It was such a silly idea.
Well, that's good.
Uh,
And why didn't you continue with it, the shop?
Wait, what? Oh, they blocked my shop. I don't know why.
Wow.
On these shops, sometimes they open up stuff that is illegal. Like you can't sell anything from Nike. You can obviously you can't use the signs. You can't say Corinthians or Sao Paulo because that's illegal. It's a brand
Yeah.
name, and I can see that on the shop. I never did that, but I realized what they banned me for. I uploaded a 3D image that was free on Canva, so it was a free Canva image, and then they just all of a sudden they said, "Sorry, your shop has blocked you. Uploaded something illegal." It was so
Oh,
annoying because I
perhaps
had,
had copyrights.
yeah, I don't know, because it seemed like a free 3D
Strange.
image,
Very
but maybe they
strange.
can't print 3D images, and they got rid of my shop. And I sent the message to them, and it was really hard because you can't write to them. You have to take a photograph of
Hmm.
yourself with your image, and then you have to write what was wrong. And they just ban you right out. But I had like 500 different images online, and I was beginning to make more money because at the start, I made 20 images, then 50, then 100, and I
Yeah.
tried to figure out what better images they were. I sold this one as well. This is King Cormac stickers. I think this one was together. I sold them as individual stickers because that was a
Yeah.
real Irish king.
That's cool.
I sold this as a T-shirt. Life is better as a matchstick. Some obese woman bought it. She bought the extra large size. It's funny. I sold somewhere.
Yeah.
I sold a card of the tiger one. I don't know what else I sold.
Yeah, and this culture of stickers here in Brazil is very strong,
I don't get
Like,
Brazilian buyers though. You understand? When people buy my products, they're buying them from nearly all my people are going to be from Europe or United States or Australia because it'd be too expensive for Brazilians to buy from this
yeah,
site. But it was
yeah.
a fun experience because you learn how to use graphic design. You learn how to sell your product because you're putting it on Instagram, and
Yeah,
I put it
that's
on
cool.
Pinterest. So you're learning those kind of, but they don't work. Pinterest. I think I got one sale from Pinterest. I got no sales from Instagram. So it's really hard.
Yeah, yeah, and there are these other platforms like Shopify that you can create your e-commerce online, and then you can, like you said, make the drop shipping. Like you put on a product, and then you connect with a
Another company, but they're harder. You see, they're great ideas too. I had Etsy as well. So Etsy. So I learned from who did I learn from? Oh, I can't remember the site. There's a woman. She's because there's a lot of fake websites on
yeah.
YouTube, but they're just people trying to make money, and they're full of crap. This one had her similar. I know she had a similar name than me, but her name had an E at the end. It's really weird because I never. Her name was either Crispy or Crispy with a Y, which was weird because I've never seen that spelling before. Because I'm Crisp, right? And
Yeah.
Sarah, that was her name. If you
That's
look
cool.
up her, Sarah Crisp, and type in Redbubble or Etsy, and you'll probably find her. And she's actually one of the best ones because she actually goes
Yeah.
through how you could do it. And I used hers to help me start Redbubble, and I used hers to start my Etsy page as well. And I did.
Yeah.
The problem with Etsy, Redbubble, you can invent forever. You understand? Because
Mhm.
you only get a small fraction of the price. They'll do everything for you. They ship it. They put everything on the product. But when you use
They put your
Etsy,
label on the product,
yeah, they put nearly everything. You just have your design. You up your load design and make sure it's okay.
Mhm.
And that's it. That's all you have to do. They do all the marketing. But Etsy's a bit different. Etsy, you have to link with another company, and then you have to put it on the right T-shirts. And there's different. There'll be 50 type of T-shirts. It's really hard. what you have to choose. And then you have to put it on the bags, and you don't know which ones are right. And then you have to put it on Etsy, and then you have to put the prices. And you can only have 20 things for 2 months. And after that, you have to pay like 20 cents again. But I didn't make any sales, so I was afraid. If I put more than 20 items, I have to pay 20 cents, which isn't that much, maybe like one real for each item. But I don't know if I'm going to make a sale or not, you know? So that's hard, because I think I'm going to lose money. If they let me just put whatever I want, the amount of items, like 100 items for free forever, then it'd be better. Then I could see if it worked, and then I could know what would work, you know? So I stopped my Etsy account because I never made any sales on Etsy. Some people looked, some people liked, but no one bought anything. And then they wanted me to renew and pay like maybe, I don't know, maybe it was like $10 for my 20 items or something, or 30 items I had. And I was like, I don't want to do it because I made no money.
Yeah, and it sounds a little bit complicated, Etsy.
Yeah, but I think you can do it. Like, again, I did it. I was able to open the shop. I was able to put it on the t-shirts. And then I made lots of t-shirts. The problem was I made no sales, and I don't know how to make a good sale or what am I doing wrong, you know?
So it's an international website.
They're all international, Redbubble as well.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But I would advise you to practice on Redbubble first, if you wanted to do it, and then go on to Etsy, because that's harder, because Redbubble's free, so you can't really make much mistakes. And you have to use Canva. Canva is where I make all my designs. And there's other sites I used for free, because Canva, I can only have it at a certain small size, and that doesn't work on a t-shirt. You have to make it better, or it will lose I can't remember, like the pixels. It won't be so nice. So I had to use all these other sites as well. Like I used 3 other sites to make my images before I uploaded them. And then it's easy because you just upload, and that's it. And of course, you can put them on Pinterest, but that won't work. And you can put them on Instagram, but that doesn't work either, I realize. It's not very helpful for making sales. It's just random. People will find your goods. And so initially, if I had 20 items, I didn't make any sales. So I left it for like maybe 6 months. Then I put 50 items. What my first sale was a Ukraine sticker. I had, I knew the war was starting with Ukraine and Russia. So I was like, oh, this is a good idea for marketing. And I made a sticker, Ukraine strong. And it sold. You probably find it on the internet. Actually, you probably see it here. If I look it up, people use it on their websites as well. Let me see if I see it on.
That's a good idea.
And yeah, and I sold loads. I sold around 56 stickers of Ukraine Strong. And I was the first person to put up a Ukraine sticker. And then everyone started doing it. This one here.
Ukraine Strong.
Yeah, that was my sticker.
Great design.
Yeah, it's simple design, and it works.
Everything with Canva, yeah.
All with Canva. It was so simple. And then I sold other stickers, and I sold bags, and I sold some t-shirts. But I think this was the thing I nearly most sold even at the start. And then that motivated me. As soon as I sold the sticker, I was going, I'm going to make more stickers, and I'm going to make more designs. And then I made another 100 designs. And then I didn't get a sale for maybe a month or two. Then I get a little sale, another sale, and then I kept making it. So I had 500 designs in the end. And when I had 500 designs, I would make at least 3 or 4 sales per month. Some are very small. They might be $1, some are $3, some might be $5. But it was still fun. It's fun, the idea of having your own shop.
Yeah, I tried to make this drop shipping e-commerce, but it's something that you have to first invest some money to, perhaps after some time you get in return, So I created my shop. It was like selling general items, nothing like specific. And then the main thing is to find a good supplier. Like you connect your shop with the products from AliExpress, perhaps Shopee here from Brazil, because it's national, yeah. And then you have to make the marketing. So try to sell with the ads on Facebook.
Yeah, that's hard.
Instagram, and it's very expensive,
Of course, that's why these ones are free. Instagram is free, but no one looks at it, and same with Pinterest is free, but most people don't look at it. Also, what was the other one I used? I used the site called Medium. Medium, you can put on free articles. You can get money on Medium, but I used to use it. You know what I used to do? I used to use ChatGPT, but it's someone else to generate articles for me. Actually, I used ChatGPT to generate articles, but they're badly written. We'll say they have a system, but it'd be silly articles like the art of a fly, or the life of a fly, or something silly just to grab people's attention. But what I was doing was putting my advertisements. to my website for Redbubble or something else, and hope someone would click. But that didn't work either. So I don't know. There are people who are really good at it, but again, you try, and then people might figure out a better system. But I just don't know what the system is, and it's overloaded. You're forgetting everyone's doing it. So
Yeah, that's true. So it's
in
very
this
hard
one,
to get the attention of people on social media. I remember sometimes when I was going to work or perhaps to college, and I was at the bus and I was seeing like a really old woman. She was like scrolling on Facebook, and then she saw like an ad of a product. Then I knew that it was in a drop shipping e-commerce. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy it to my daughter, my
yeah.
grandson, my granddaughter, whatever."
But she
And
mightn't even use that site though, right? She could have just liked the product and then used another site afterwards.
yeah, and then it's all her buying, So I think that it really depends on the people you're trying to get the attention from.
Yeah, I don't know how people even found my products. Like, I don't know what they were looking for. Or maybe I think with the Ukraine one, people probably said Ukraine and looked sticker, and mine was the first sticker appeared, because no one else had a sticker.
Yeah,
But for everything else, I have no idea how they were doing it. They were just looking for bags, or someone typed in lawnmower bag, because I think no one decided to make a bag with a lawnmower. You know what I mean? Just
yeah.
me. So I was like, okay, this is so cool. I sold like, I don't know, 5 or something. I was so happy. Um,
Yeah. And also, you have to be careful because here in Brazil there are a lot of shops, e-commerces that do the drop shipping without the shipping.
okay.
So
You're
it's
never going to
it's,
get your
it's
product.
just like a fraud. Just like you buy the product, then you try to reach the support, but there is no support, and you've just lost your money. That is
Sure.
very common.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust. That's why you go to sites that are trustworthy. You have to see they have a proper website, and you have to see like people trust Mercado Libre, so they're going to buy there compared to the other one.
Yeah,
A random
perhaps
site.
Amazon. Everything I've bought is just on Amazon.
Okay, I've used
Because
Amazon and Mercado
I never
Libre.
had a problem with them.
Yeah,
But
that's because they have the reputation. Yeah, that's the problem you see too. You have a lot of fraud. I don't know how
perhaps
to start these businesses either. Where did you find the drop shipping? Did you actually look at a YouTube channel and see someone doing
yeah,
it?
yeah, I was like searching on YouTube. Then I saw an ad of a guy that was starting like those mini courses, that those classes to. Then after the final class, he's going to try to sell a course to you. And at this time, I didn't know that. I didn't know that this dynamic of everyone trying to sell their courses to
Yeah,
you.
and they
And
can
then
use catch.
I've got like, oh my God, I'm gonna be rich, man. I'm gonna start a drop shipping
Yeah,
e-commerce. I'm gonna sell a million reais, and I'm gonna be a millionaire and going to be rich and everything. And then I've gone into this. I've really bought the course. It was like a real, somewhat expensive, like 1,400 reais.
oh,
Then
yeah.
yeah,
No, I got another guy for you. I'm trying to look him up because I used to look at his stuff too, but I couldn't follow it. Some people are harder to follow than others, but since you like computers, maybe this would be easier for you. I can't follow some of these guys' systems, but this guy is more legitimate as well. His name is Hassan. Oh, what's his name? Hassan Abdul Hassan. I don't know what his website is because I just got I got an email from him sometimes. I used to watch some of his videos, and he would show people how to make money. I tried to use his system once as well. I just never got anything out of it. Well, I think it's called H Educate is his
yeah,
channel. But I think he's a real person too, like a genuine person who wants to help people, show what they've done, and he follows true to the end. A lot of people never tell you their true secrets. They don't follow through.
yeah,
I know people always send messages to him saying that they were able to do what he followed and made money from him. So I believe this guy. And also that one, Sarah Crisp. I just can't think of her. I don't remember the name of her channel, but she's good when she's talking about opening shops like Etsy or Redbubble. And again, I will tell you, use
yeah.
Redbubble first because it's easier to mess around with. And then when you're good, you can go on to the other one. Wholesale Ted, that's her channel. I'll give
H
it to you.
educate.
I know it had a real name. Wholesale Ted. That's her channel. Yeah. But she might have one, how to start a Redbubble site and how to start an Etsy site. I don't know what videos there are because she has so many videos. And then the other videos are about special areas to focus on that will make more money. Okay. But I used her, and I think she's definitely a real person. And she gave me hints, and then something she told me worked, and I made a sale as well from her.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, that's great because those influencers in Brazil, that is very
Annoying.
everyone it's very similar. Uh,
Mm.
they now that I have this experience, I know what it sounds legit and what does not sounds
Yeah, and
legit.
people who put in stuff, you'll make 1,000 a day. Don't watch any of those channels. They're all just lying their holes off. If they're making
Yeah,
1,000 a day, they wouldn't have a channel.
yeah, and now I can see that very clearly. You know.
There's another guy too that I used to listen to too, and he was talking about making a YouTube channel. So I tried his advice as well. I made YouTube channels too. Of course, it didn't work. Like I tried a meditation one. I tried a religious one because I could use like messages that were religious in English and then put them in Portuguese. And then I used the robotic voice, which was bad.
Yeah,
But you know, people still. I just wanted. I wasn't doing it to really. I knew it wasn't genuine. It seems fake, but it was just practicing. I wanted to know how to make videos and edit videos. I wanted to know how I could translate and do voiceover, and I did it all. And I was like, this is pretty good. And it was short messages about like Medjugorje. These are like Catholic shrines, and Brazilians are Catholic. So I was like, oh, they might watch them, and they did. So again, I would get small amount of views, maybe 100 views, 30 views, 500 views. I got one with maybe 2,000 views once, and I got like 250 followers, and I was like, okay, but I can't. But it's like over a year, you understand? And I did
yeah.
it all in advance, and I was like, okay, that's a lot of time consuming. They don't work. People don't really like them. I know they're fake, but it was kind of an experience to see how it worked, you know?
Yeah, I've also had a YouTube channel. I remember I got very motivated by those personal development videos, you know, and then I started some videos like with that theme of Thomas Shelby and about his coldness and try to be better. And then I started some videos, and sometime it really worked. Like I remember I've made a video about the book The Art of War from
Oh
Sun Tzu.
yeah. I saw someone reading that the other day. It was so funny. I was in the supermarket and I always saw was the name. I was like, that guy's reading The Art of War. I read that book
Yeah,
years ago.
and then I made a video that it really like I think it got like 8,000 views.
Oh wow, that's excellent.
That was a lot for me at that time, and then I made some, but I was finishing college at the time, so I didn't had so much time to focus because I was doing all along, like doing the scripts, then recording my voice, getting the images, and editing the video, put on YouTube, and try
Yeah.
uh,
Well, that's
to
good. You're already more advanced though. You're getting the experience of everything. Like me, I did that too, and it's like, wow, this is actually a
yeah,
good
and
experience.
it's very good
It,
this experience. I've learned a lot with the YouTube channel and with the e-commerce as well.
Yeah, and
But
I learned how to when to put up a video because I put mine in advance, what time of day you put it on, what should be the front screen of the video. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. But isn't it funny? We practically learn instead of learning in the classroom. They might tell you, but you don't do it. You know what I mean? But we're physically doing it, which is the art of learning. You know. So I learned then
yeah,
about opening a shop. I learned how to do a YouTube channel. It's kind of interesting. But I didn't know what topic. The problem is it's really difficult. You need a script, you need a good topic. And if you can't get one, and the thing is, if you're thinking about having a YouTube channel, you have to have one for a year or 2 years. So you have to think of it one video per week for like 2, 3 years and put them in advance
yeah,
and
that's
forget about them and see what happens. Because 1,000 views is, or 1,000 subscribers is hard. And also trying to get the 4,000 views
yeah,
is
that's true.
incredible.
I follow this script, like posting like a video, perhaps two videos every week for almost 2 years, I guess.
Oh,
And then
wow.
the
You do it a
maximum
long time.
subscribers I've got was like 550, 60,
Ah,
almost like that. And then
yeah,
after
it
some
was so
time,
low.
I was posting videos, but it wasn't getting views, you know. And then it got me like a little, it demotivated me a little, you know. So then I've just stopped with it.
Yeah, I think my wife as well. She just wanted to put stuff on her website as well, just to see would it work. But it's too time consuming because she reads books, so she can read lots and lots of books. But
Yeah.
the amount of hours she puts in and the money she get is nothing because she still needs to get the subscribers. But I think on my wife's channel, let me show you my wife's channel.
And you also have to dedicate some a very good time, indeed,
Yeah, I can actually
because
just.
and then I stopped it because I was dedicating a lot of time, but I wasn't getting enough in return.
Yeah, that's
It,
what my wife said as well. There's no
it's
return. So it seems like it sucks. So my wife has maybe, she just put up 59 videos, it says. Some are short and some are long. But she did do one whole book that was really good and made lots of views. So she put up a kid's book called Oh Sassy, Sassy by Montero Labat. And she got
yeah.
13,000 views in that. But she still said it's too much effort to go back and read another book and all the editing. She might do it again. If it's a kid's book, then she might get another 13,000 views. And most of the people who subscribe to her channel subscribed because of that book. So if she put
Oh,
up
I see.
another free book,
It's like videos of audiobooks. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
she doesn't do the pictures. She leaves the same picture, but it's my wife's
so she
voice.
was dubbing all the book. She
Yeah,
was just reading aloud. Wow,
yeah, because she does that
it's a
too. She used to.
very long time.
Yeah, it is. Books are really. So my wife already. She used to work for a book company in Brazil, but it doesn't compensate. You understand? Because the amount of
Yeah,
effort you give, you don't get the money back. It's just not good enough.
imagine.
And of course, she was working with other places that pay her way more for shorter amounts because I don't like. It's just But when you do a book, it's kind of rewarding. Because you're doing all the
Mhm.
characters. It's more fun. So she's done a few other books that were really rewarding, not on your YouTube channel, but they're audio books on Brazil. Like, I can't remember. There's one, I think it's called The Secret Bird, The Password Secret. It won an award in Brazil, and my wife did the voice for that one. She was chosen by the author to do that one. But
Wow.
she rarely works for that company because you think they're too demanding. Like, they want everything back the same day. And it's like, this is crazy. I have to edit all this, and they don't pay enough, and she's got other jobs. But she
Yeah.
said she would work for them again if it's a smaller book, and if it's a really book she loved. It's like, oh, this book would be really interesting.
Yeah. Uh, and I think we talked about this. The dubbing market on here in Brazil, it's very close. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Uh, so it's very difficult to get perhaps someone who wants to enter this market and wants to get an opportunity because there are already voice actors, right?
yeah,
Uh,
voiceover.
who are already like in a very solid position.
Yeah, I think so. And it's same in America though. You think about how many people can really be actors. It's really, really narrow market that can be an actor. Because you have to go live in Los Angeles first of all, and then everyone's an actor there, so you don't get in. It's like who maybe sometimes becomes helpful. Even being foreigner though, it helps. It's like the Irish actors do well because they are exotic, because they have an Irish accent and they might get picked. But it's hard. It's like in American football, there's like a 1% chance, or I think less than 1% chance to be a professional American football player, because they
Yeah.
only think about it, they only have the top league, and it's the same with like top NBA basketball, less than 1%, baseball less than 1%, but you can play baseball other places. Soccer players, it's more open, so even if you fail, you can play somewhere else, but it's hard to play top level. It's still like 2 or 3%.
Yeah, and you also have the draft about. I just know the draft about NBA. I don't know how it works for other
It's
sports like
similar.
the
They have a
NFL.
draft. They have a draft for everything. NFL has a draft. So you might only play one season in the NFL, and then they'll say we don't want you anymore, and you're retired, and then they can pick new players, young players. So
Wow.
like yeah, you come out of college and you're like, okay, am I going to get picked? And some guy didn't get picked. There was I don't know who it was because I don't watch basketball, but I remember there was some basketball player who was brilliant at college level, and then he never got picked in the draft. Even though, and he brought all his family over, thinking he was going to get picked and he was going to be rich, and nothing. And he played in like played a Mickey Mouse league.
I know that there are some players that when they don't get picked, they go to play. They go to play in another country like Japan or perhaps South
China,
Korea,
yeah, yeah.
China.
They might
I
get
think
paid a little better there.
basketball in China is very popular.
It is, but people don't like the people watch the NBA though. That's the problem. They don't actually really like the Chinese league. They tell me.
Those European leagues are very famous as well. Many players, I
Spain,
think,
Serbia, and Greece. I think
yeah, yeah.
Lithuania is too small of a country, but they love football. They love basketball in Greece. I was surprised.
And
Um,
the style
but
of playing is very different
I don't know
because
because I don't. Yeah, I don't.
yeah, like in NBA, it's like it's very powerful. How can I say? it's much more focused on the individual. So the individual skills of a player that brings the team alongside with them, and they start to win games and start to compete for the tournaments, you know. But in the European League, it's much more focused on the team. So
Right.
not much on a solo player,
Okay.
because it's very common that some teams in the NBA are focused just like in one player.
A star player, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so like in the Dallas Mavericks, that they had that Luka Doncic player that was like the star of the team. So
Okay, I know him. He's Slovenian, right?
yeah, I think it's Serbian, something
No,
like that.
I think he's
So
Slovenian. No, because I think the Serbians are famous for being great players, but this guy's Slovenian only because the other day I had a kid from Taiwan and he was in America. He was in I don't know, San Jose or something, and I asked him about basketball, and he said this guy was his favorite guy, and I looked him up, and he was Slovenian.
yeah, so he basically was a star player for the team, and very famous. And then he was traded like for the Lakers. I
Yeah, was the Lakers or the other team, the Golden State
was the
Warriors?
Lakers. Was
Oh,
the
was the
Lakers.
Lakers?
So
Okay,
he's
okay.
playing with LeBron. So it's much more focused like on a solo player, you
Hmm.
know. But I saw that on those teams from, I think it's Spain,
Yeah, Spain is a
uh,
big popular league. Spain, Greece, and
Serbia.
Serbia. They're the three. They're the three
Yeah,
big basketball countries. And
it would be
Lithuania has a good international team, but they're a small country.
yeah, it would be very similar to the tiki taka on soccer, you know, like
Oh, okay,
trying
I
to get
understand.
for the ball
Yeah.
and try to get openings to make the points, not just make solo plays and getting the points. So
Okay.
it's very different, but it's also very popular. I know.
Mm, okay, excellent. Yeah, yeah. I know those countries still love basketball because other countries don't have a second sport. Um, no, okay. Let me see then. I'm going to have today, since we're going to move on, and I'm going to talk to you today about personality. Okay. Last time we did
Okay,
movies.
sure.
Okay. Personality, because people like these questions. Then people are like, "Are you being a psychologist? Are you analyzing me?" Okay. What images spring to mind when you hear the word personality?
Well, I always remember from that test that MBTI, and I don't know if it, for English is the
Oh,
same word, but
yeah. Yeah, the Chinese always tell me about it.
you know, those little characters from the 16 personalities that you make the
Yeah.
test and you receive if you're like NTJ,
Yeah, something
NTP, or
like that.
something
I don't
like
know what
that.
I am. I don't remember anymore.
I've made a long time ago. I've always got a different result. You know, like sometimes it was I think it's a STP or sometimes like ENTJ or something like that. I don't remember quite
Yeah, I
well.
can't remember what it all stands for. I know it was introverted, extroverted. So I get more introverted than extroverted, but it's in the center. You know, when I do the test, it's like 45, 55, 45, 55.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
very
just think I'm a
close.
middle person.
Yeah, for me, it brings out more the extroverted side, but it's also very close. It's not like 100% extroverted. It's like 55, something like that. I remember that was extroverted, introverted. Um it had
Judgmental
something
is
to do
one.
with intuition,
Intuition.
intuition
Okay.
or sensing, and then was thinking and I don't remember, and judging, something like that. But
Yeah, I don't remember either. The Chinese love those things, though. They'll ask me so many
yeah,
times last year
really.
about this. Yeah, it's crazy. But it's even weird. Who's even more weirder is the South Koreans talking about blood type. I was like, what are you talking about?
Like what?
Yeah, yeah. I never heard of that before until they start talking about my blood. It's like, yeah, if you're A and someone else is A, and that means you mightn't like each other. And if this O is better, an A combination. I was like, okay, never heard of this. So, how would you
Yeah.
describe your personality?
Well, it would describe me more of I am somewhat extroverted, but sometimes I also need to be like isolated, you know, like to bring more of a creative side of me to like charge my battery, you know. But I get along very well with people. I see that on work. Like I always try to talk to everyone, get to know them a little bit more. understand what they're doing, what their role is on the company. So I think it would be more of that.
Yeah,
I
more
really
friendly,
like to talk
extroverted.
to
I think
people.
yeah, Brazilians though are more extroverted in general. I think more so. It's
Yeah,
rare.
sure.
I
That
get
is
a
good.
few, but I get the computer engineers. So those guys are nearly always going to be the introverts.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
those are,
And you have this is stereotype. It's very strong, like the nerd guy that
oh, but
took
that's a
21 and just
stereotype. Well, not all the guys. The guy I spoke to from your business, he wasn't a nerd. The guy from Salto, I can't remember his name now. Him, he's not a
what
nerd.
is
But the other guys, most of the other guys are nerds. But I'm going to say the Chinese are all the stereotypes. The Japanese are nearly all the stereotypes. They have the hair, they have the glasses. They're all
yeah.
very nerdy. Yeah, they're all the same. It's like, wow, you're not different. It's rare when I get someone different in China. Like I have a guy with a shaved head, and I was like, oh, you're so different. But then I think he was in the army and he was all strong, And
Yeah.
I had a crazy guy who would smoke and he had his tattoos, and he's like, fuck the Chinese. He was a Chinese guy, and his name was Chaos. I was like, Chaos, why are you so different?
That's
I,
exotic.
it was odd, but this guy grew up poor. You see, most of the Chinese people, they tell me, I'm only speaking to the wealthy or middle class people because they have money to do lessons, right? So I found out
Yeah.
this guy was poor and he grew up with a single mom, which is rare in China, and his mom had different boyfriends and he never went to school. So all the Chinese people like to tell me how good they are at school and how much they study. And he's like, I didn't study.
Yeah.
I was out in the gang. And I was like, really? Okay. And,
Wow. Okay.
and,
Okay
and
then.
someone, I said it to someone else before. It's like, how does he speak English then? He would have to go to a good school. But I realized this guy lived all over China. So in China, they have different dialects, right? So he had a local dialect,
Yeah.
then he spoke Mandarin at school, then he spoke Shanghaiese. But when you go to Shanghai, you
Wow.
never learn Shanghaiese. Only people from Shanghai speak Shanghaiese. But he learned it because he hung around with the locals all the time. And then he moved to Sichuan province, which is far west, and then he learned Sichuanese, which is different. And then he learned English by himself because he had like 4 languages. But yeah, he was crazy. He was a snowboarder, which is a very different. That was his job, snowboard instructor, which is a really
Wow.
crazy job too. And
That's
his name was
very different.
Chaos.
Very, very different.
Yeah. Okay. Are you
Really.
happy
What
with your
happened with your
personality?
personality? Yes, I think I am. Perhaps I don't know. Mm, what can I say? Like I feel happy that I make have this uh, uh, have this ease to communicate with people and try express myself,
Yeah.
what I feel and what I intend towards them and what they intends towards me.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can, with some types of people, I can make a very strong connection with them very easily.
Okay.
But
Excellent.
there are some people that it's like naturally there's a barrier between me and them. I don't know
Sure.
if it because sometimes I prefer to be the leader of that group.
Mhm.
I prefer to be to how can I say
Take control, maybe.
just lead them.
Okay.
It's like something more natural for me. But with some people, it's like I don't get along with them for nothing. So it's like
Well,
for
some
no.
other people might like to lead and they don't like everyone else taking in charge. That can happen with people because you're always going to find conflict with someone else's personality,
Sure.
especially in the workplace, right? That always happens. So there's nothing but that's small. Um, to me, it depends. I think I'm more introverted than extroverted, but I'm extroverted on Cambly. I find it easier to talk to
Yeah.
people this way. But sometimes I'm okay by myself. I don't need to speak to people. But when I was younger, I was actually very shy and I didn't like speaking. When I was a child, I was very hyperactive. And when I was a teenager, I
Yeah.
only spoke to my friends. It was only after drinking beer I was able to be extroverted and talk to people.
Oh
Uh,
yes, that's true.
but now
Yeah,
I'm more
and
balanced.
I was much more shy when I was young, and then I started like to read some books about personality and understand that how can I say you have to communicate with people, you have to make friendships and make connections to not just to like get a benefit to yourself, but also like it's good for yourself. I feel better when I'm surrounded by people I like, people who likes me, than just to be on the sideways.
Oh, is that your bird? What was that? I heard whistling. Or is it your dad whistling in your house?
I think it's my dad.
Okay.
Brother.
He's like a bird too. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
how has
Oh,
your personality changed over the years? Like as you said, you were shyer. Is there anything else that
yeah,
changed?
I was much shy. So I didn't get along as well as I do nowadays. So my friendships I had much, how can I say,
Many friends
uh,
are good friends.
uh, no, like nowadays I do not have many friends, but the people I know, I have a strong connection with them.
Okay.
And uh, before I knew much less people, and the friendship, this connection wasn't as strong as I am now. Even that I don't talk as much as I did in the past, you know.
Okay.
So I think it's not just about how many times you talk to someone or
It's
you
how
get.
well you know them, maybe. Sure.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Actually, I used to know my friends really well. When I was younger, maybe I had five good friends, but my friends used to argue with each other all the time because they're always like, they want to do their own thing. But since I'm more relaxed and easygoing, I always stayed friends with my friends. I never got into an argument with them.
Mhm.
So, what or who has helped shape your personality? Is there something in particular or someone in particular? And it can be just books. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you when I
it
become an
helped me a
adult,
lot,
and
but I understand. I understood my personality much more when I met my girlfriend, because my girlfriend is a very shy girl. So
okay.
I thought that I was very shy, but when it came to make this comparison and had these contracts between a real shy person and besides me, I understand that I will had this how can I say, this ease to communicate with people,
Yeah, we
because
never really know.
when we met, like I met her friends and she met my friends. Just this contrast was just screaming, you know. So I've understand much more that I got very well with her friends, and she did not get along very well with my friends, you know.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it's probably
So
just shyness at the first time. You don't know what to say sometimes. Yeah.
yeah, so I think it was the time that it really it started to understand me, my personality much more.
And how about your girlfriend now? Is she less shyer? Because
No.
sometimes people who are shy, people who are shy don't want to be shy. They actually, because shyness is a fear of people, if you think about it. So that's not good. You have to. I try helping. I had a guy here from China, and he said he was too shy to talk to anyone. And I was like, oh god, the guy doesn't have any friends. And I was like, how about we do some practice? And I told him to go out to his park and just someone who walks by with his dog, talk to him. And he goes, hey, that's a
Hmm.
nice dog. What type of dog it is? It's just practice to talk with a stranger. And he done it. And he also done it in the pub. And I was like, you can talk to the barman in the pub. They say, oh, what type of bar is this? Is it like this often? Is it quiet? Does it get busy? And he did it. And he came back. He said he was afraid, but really happy that he did it because he know that he could do it afterwards.
Yeah.
Sometimes about practice. For me, I think what helps shape my personality is actually listening to podcasts and books more than actually someone real, because I can
Yeah.
learn from these people. And I say, oh, I feel like I know these people so well.
Yeah, that's true. And reading some books really helped me, like changed my what I thought would be the right way to communicate with people, to make friends, you know. And it made me think a little bit more about what I was doing when I met new people, or the way I was treating my friends, my family, you know. So
That's
it
good.
really
That's
helped
enlightening.
me to develop this as well.
Good. What of your personality traits do you like the most?
Well, I think I'm very organized. So everything that I do, like in my bedroom, I try to make them all to organize very well, because I know that sometimes I can be, how can I say, what's the opposite of organized?
Disorganized.
Disorganized,
Or you can
right?
say messy as well. You can say
Messy.
messy if you
That's
like.
true. So it'd be my bedroom sometimes would be a messy, and then when I go it snaps on me that I have to organize, and something inside of me just is just screaming to organize things, and I start to do that, and also on work and studies, so okay, this month I'm going to read those books, and
Yeah, you're
then on
disciplined.
work I have these activities to do, and something that really helps me doing this it's an agenda,
Yes,
to
I
write
have
it
that
down
one
what
too.
you have to do in the day.
Yeah, I have it too. I write down books or I write down my exercise or my swimming classes. And if I find an interesting book, I'll write it down too. I'll go, okay, maybe I'll read this one and see if I can find it.
Yeah, and it really helps me because sometimes I'm not so organized, and it's I think it would be more like trying to make a flat line, every day, okay, I have to train. If I don't train today, perhaps this line that would have to be straight, goes like this, and then you have to go back on the rails.
Sure, but that happens to everyone. Because I'm going to say, if you get bored of things and we get tired of routines, maybe you'll get bored and then do it again. It'll come back to it.
Yeah, and
For me,
can a person have no personality?
oh,
Yeah, sure. I've met a lot of people that was had no personality at all. Like
okay, good.
and
Some
you
people
can
still
see
think so.
it's almost like an aura, when you see that person and you see nothing. It
Yeah, and some
almost
people might
like
have a bad
no
personality.
soul.
Well, I'm going to tell some of my Chinese students do. They have a problem with expressing themselves. Again, because they're studying and working so hard. They don't have friends. They don't like movies. They don't read books. They don't do anything. So then it's like, oh, so you don't like
Yeah,
anything. And they just might talk about their work. So they get one answer or yes and no. And it's like, oh, these people have no personality. I had a woman today like this. Woman this morning. Oh my God, a Chinese woman. She's absolutely zero personality. I must have asked her like 60
yeah,
questions in 30
and it's very
minutes.
difficult because there are some people that when you try to extend the conversation, extend the topic to talk about more things, more topics, and the person goes, so do you like this? Yes.
Yeah, and that's it. Yes, there's
No.
no. But that's what I wonder. I just wonder that they
You
weren't
try to
trained as
extend the
children.
conversation, but the person, it almost it does not. But why is the person talking to me? It's very difficult. And those kind of people are
And maybe they have
very
on the autism
irritating.
on autism spectrum. I got a few of
No,
those too.
yeah, yeah, it could be like that. But there are some people that really do. It sounds like they're very bored with life. They have no
Yeah,
will of living.
they're bored because they're boring. They just need to do something and they'll wake up, right? That's what I always think. But that's what someone needs to organize something for those people. Go, okay, today we're gonna first I get them to jump on a mini trampoline for like 10 minutes, and then all their energy will come back, and then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, let's play a game, let's do something.
Okay.
What is most attractive personality trait a person can have?
Wow, that's a difficult one.
Yeah, there can be so many. I don't think I can pick one because I have to put it together with something else. So like for me, I'm going to say it is when someone's very intelligent or interesting, right? But they have to be
Yeah,
modest because you can get people who are very intelligent who are arrogant and rude. So because I'm always listening to podcasts. So why am I attracted to podcasts? It's because I want to listen to someone very intelligent talk about medicine
sure,
or
of
science
course.
or philosophy or religion. I like listening to. So I realize I'm more attracted to something like that. It doesn't mean someone I meet on the street. It just means what I search for online.
Yeah, that is true. I think like you said, when you search it for perhaps when you're talking to someone or trying to get some knowledge of something like a book or a podcast or a video, we try to get the most interesting one or the most intelligent one. So I really don't understand that here in Brazil are very popular those podcasts that is just more about those people that are very famous, but
Yeah, I
not.
don't have
Uh,
anything to say. Yeah, they're
yeah,
famous for being famous. I don't listen to any of those, by the way. They're all boring for me. And I realize the
it's very
best
vague,
podcasts. Yeah, they're vague.
So
But the best podcasts really are the one where there's an interview because then there's dialogue between two intelligent people, and they're the ones I listen to the most. I can't listen to someone by themselves because they can make up information. You know, like I said, there's fake people like I think I told you before, like the Dr. Liu. He was a doctor, Chinese doctor, but he's not talking to anyone. He's inventing. He's just copying videos from America. So
Yeah,
he's not debating about what it is or not. So I don't trust some of these ones.
yeah. I think it would be the most attractive personality trait because how can I say that it's somewhat different when you're trying to search it up on a partner in a in a relationship or or perhaps in a friend when
Yeah,
you're
you can't. Well, you
not for
can't
a
have
friend.
maybe a big deep debate on a subject with your friend because you might know the answer to everything. You can
Yeah,
only get into good debates about football. That's what I used to get even here on Cambly. I'll talk to Corinthian fans, Cruzeiro about football. It's like, okay, we can debate those things. We get interested, but I can't debate science things or the answer to religion. It's too hard, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Actually, I'm going to say it's not just intelligent people. It could be just interesting people. Like someone mightn't be super intelligent, but maybe he knows something about fish or knows about pool or something, and they
Yeah,
sound fascinating. You know, I can listen to them.
yeah, that's
Um,
true.
is your
Okay.
true personality always on show, or do you hide parts of it?
Yeah, I would say that I have an alter ego, you know. It's
Okay, like the Incredible Hulk.
no, it's like the person that is very it's extroverted and get along with people very well. It's the one that I expose when I'm working, when I'm with my friends, and you know when I'm having a good time with people. But when it comes like to training, like a physical workout, it's another person, you know.
Right.
And also when I'm running, because I have some partners that I run with, and the person that trains with them, it's totally different. You know, they do not know this person that is very extrovert
Extroverted.
and get
Okay, you're
along.
more you're
This
focused
person
on what
does
you're
not
doing, maybe.
exist for them.
Yeah.
It's another Nicholas, you know. So and I think this having an alter ego, it really helps to overcome difficult tasks. You know, so when I'm training, and it's very difficult, and I'm struggling. Having this other personality, this alter ego, like it's a tough one, and you know,
Oh, right.
really,
Oh, that's why you want to show with the tough guys. You can't be soft. Okay. Well, that's
yeah,
true too. Some people do that in sport. They want to show they're the tough guys, so they keep quiet. They want to joke because they want to show they're the tough rugby player or football player. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true too.
that's true.
In people's work, that happens a lot too, though, Nicholas. I've like a guy who's a lawyer, and he goes, at my work, I have to be a real serious person because my job is serious. So I have to go straight faced all the time. I can't smile.
Another
I go home,
person,
I
another
smile.
person. Yeah,
For me as well, I don't think I show my true personality all the time because I think if I meet a group of people, I'm going to be quiet. I don't want to say something silly or joke. You know, you don't
yeah,
want to be silly all the time. It's like, oh, I
yeah,
hope they take me
understand that.
seriously. So I don't think I do it either. What are the
Personality.
different personality differences between you and other family members? I know you have a brother. I don't know if you're like your dad, your mom.
Yeah, so it's somewhat different because how would I say, like I'm someone that really likes, so, for example, like reading books. I'm the only one here in my family that read books. So
Oh, really? I'm so
yeah.
surprised. I thought you were an avid reader because, I told you people don't read here are my students. And since you read so much, I must have thought you got it from your parents. Okay.
No, that's exactly the opposite. So I had no incentive of reading books in my childhood. So
When did
after
you
some
start?
time,
Yeah.
when I was like 16, 17 years old, like on high school, you know, and then I started to gather some books from my parents that they used to read. And nowadays, no one read anymore.
Okay,
Nobody.
maybe your parents were readers then, at least they were readers. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they're too busy. A lot of people read less when they're older. That's true too. But at least your parents did read. My dad is a reader. So when I was lucky in my house, there was books
oh, that's good.
everywhere. And he had
That's
National
good.
Geographic and Time Magazine. But I told you I couldn't concentrate. So I couldn't read because I would daydream. I had a problem until I took medication.
Yeah,
But even my mom, who's a Kaipira and didn't go to like left school at 14, she would still read something. She likes religious things, we'll say, and true stories like articles. But she would read too. So I was kind of lucky that they would read something. My dad read to me as a kid. Yeah, my wife's parents didn't read anything either, but my wife loves to read, so she got it from school too. Wait, we don't have time. We only got 10 seconds left. So Nicholas, enjoy our day. Have fun. Okay?
Thank you, Cormac. Have a nice weekend.
No
Goodbye,
problem.
mate.